So, hello everybody. Welcome to this introduction to Awakening of Love. I think we'll just wait maybe a minute to see other people. I see other people are checking in, and then we'll go right into it. Maybe if somebody can just write to me to say that you can hear me. Okay, great. So I think we'll just start, and if people will join, they will join in. So it's quite almost a miracle that I'm here right now, because the last 38 hours, I'm in the States right now, in the US, and I've been traveling the last 36 hours, and I've spent the last 2 nights either on a plane or at an airport. And I'm here at a house of friends, so I literally came in 10 minutes ago, turned on my computer, and here I am with you guys. So I hope I'm together enough after all this traveling to give you a good experience of what this process is about. But I think we'll be okay. So, and also while I'm doing the talk, you're always welcome to write if there's anything that isn't clear, any questions you have, then you're welcome to write to me. I just want to say from the beginning, I know that there is a delay of about half a minute or so when I talk and until I see people writing. So we just want to take that into consideration. So maybe a little bit, first of all, about what we're going to do today. I want to talk a little bit about the process itself and give a few testimonials from people, because I feel that's the best way to actually give you a sense of what this process is about. Then we'll do a little meditation and maybe a writing exercise that you can do wherever you are, at home or at work. And then we'll open it up for questions and answers. And I'll send you probably a few links at the end of this webinar for you to look a little bit deeper into different subjects, and also for you to get some more information. I hope that sounds good for you. So I'll start right into what this process is about. It's always very challenging to describe this particular process, because we're not really working with anything specific. We're not working with let's say a certain subject like relationship dynamics or any specific topic, our work life, our family life. We are looking at ourselves in a very different way. Yeah. So there is no specific subject that we are working on, but we're working essentially on our own potential and how that potential is lived. Yeah. So we could say in each one of us there is a seed, or maybe several seeds of things that want to be expressed. Imagine yourself being a flower, right? So a flower starts with a seed, and that seed needs certain conditions, certain environments to grow into its full potential. So if it doesn't have enough light or sun or enough water or not the right earth, then of course it influences the way that flower grows, or to the extent it can flourish. So I like to see it a little bit like that. This process looks very much at our potential and how that potential is manifested, how is it lived, and what stops it from actually being seen, being lived. And that's what also makes it into such a special process, because we want to be close to our potential. We want to be as close as possible to what we know and believe to be true, yeah, inside us. And here, of course, comes in what keeps us from that. And what keeps us from that is our upbringing, usually. And most of you probably have done some work, so you know what I'm talking about. But what we essentially learn growing up, and not from a bad place, but from a place of survival, we learn to compromise. We learn to compromise and to fake ourselves. And we learn to be nice, we learn to do the right things, we learn to say the right things. And so what happens over time, we actually hide who we are, or the more authentic parts in ourselves, out of fear of not living up to other people's expectations, or not being loved for who we are. So a lot of parts in us go into hiding, and we learn to judge. We learn to judge others, and we, of course, learn to judge ourselves. And for many of us, what can be felt is that there is, over time, we feel actually this gap. Yeah? There is something that in me that knows I could do this, or this would be a more truer expression of myself, but I'm holding back. Yeah, I'm not saying it. I'm not showing certain things of mine. Yeah, so there are parts in us that go into hiding, and we feel this split. In a way, it's almost like a self-betrayal, and that for many people is painful. And this pain actually is also, on the other side, it's like a longing. Yeah, because the pain says there is something we know, and it wants to be lived. Yeah, so actually working with that pain, feeling that pain, is an important part of this process. So this process is essentially an opportunity to feel that pain, and to look at what we create by pretending to be something that we're not, or hiding certain parts in ourselves, or not showing them. Yeah, and when we talk about hiding, we don't just talk about bad stuff. Yeah, we don't just talk about the jealousy we might carry, or the rage, or the anger, or things that we feel are bad, although also they need a certain release. They also need an expression. Yeah? They have to have a place in us in order for us to feel whole. But we might hide things that other people don't like, but that might be beautiful. Yeah, just to give you an example, let's say you are very artistic, and as a child growing up, you come from a very academic family, or from a family of doctors or lawyers or pharmacists, or something more more established, let's call it. Yes, then your artistic qualities will not be wanted. And they have to go into hiding. So what we hide is not necessarily only what we call like the bad stuff, but we also tend to hide a lot of qualities that are beautiful and that are powerful if they would be expressed. It can also even be our intelligence, funnily enough, yeah? Because sometimes we learn to hide our intelligence so that we better fit in. But this is just to give you a little bit of an overview. So let me see. I want to share something with you. Hold on. Just have to see if it's open. Yep. All right. Just bear with me. So I put up some testimonials of people. Don't worry about all the writing. I'm going to read it out to you. And actually, I want to focus on specific parts. Again, it's a very difficult process to describe in words. And this is why I love to work with other people's experiences, because they talk about the different aspects of this process. So for example, the first one is, instead of digging into old wounds, yeah, we don't really, it's not a therapy group. We don't go into a lot of detail into our childhood, into processing analysis. Yeah, it's a different kind of process where we go very deep without going too analytical. Yeah, but I was able to take the time to connect to both, to my pain and my joy. Yeah, there was space for meditation, to touch my heart and to feel my body. I felt led in a safe and real way with information I can use for my life. So this is also important. This is a process where you create a very strong connection on one side to yourself, very strong connection, a very positive connection, I would say. And you come out of this process with something that stays with you. And that is many times, you know, we go through all kinds of processes in our lives. We do all kinds of workshops, and they're interesting. They're very important. They're analytical, self-reflective. But after that, we stay a little bit like, okay, what's next? Next workshop. And here is something that stays with us because we ignite, we actually work with a seed. And the seed gets nourished in such a way that it wants to keep on being nourished. So the second one, I was able to come back and feel my body and sense more integration between my body, my feelings, and my thoughts. Yeah, so also this is an important thing here. We work on very different levels in this process. Yeah, we use meditations, we use inquiry work, we learn how to really listen to ourselves, to take the time to listen to ourselves, to learn to listen to others. We use body work and the intelligence of the body. Yeah. So we also use the body to break through the blockages that we all carry. So this integration between body, feelings, and thoughts is a very important part of the process. I could be present to my feelings and move with them in a safe way. Yes. So also this presence, many times when we feel fear or unwanted or not so safe emotions, it's very easy to get rid of them. Yeah. To find something to let go, not to deal with them. So here, because of the very beautiful structure and the way it is led, we can actually stay with those feelings and move through them and discover things about ourselves that we don't usually discover. This allowed me to overcome my fears and have the courage to allow my inner unfolding. So that's what I just said. I could focus completely on myself and listen to myself and others. So this is really also a weekend which is completely dedicated to yourself. Yeah, there will be some moments where you will be asked even to stay a little bit with yourself, to be a little bit in silence. And the reason is to allow the process to really take you deeper. Yeah. The next one, it was a real journey for me. A transformation took place. My biggest thing was to create a true, deep connection to myself in a way I haven't felt before. Yeah. Or the next one, I came with many questions concerning myself. The way we worked allowed an understanding that was not available to me before. So something quite magical happens in this process that gives us a new perspective on life and on ourselves, the way we move through life. The process gave me quality time with myself, a deep intimacy with myself and others, and a real and authentic meeting. Yeah, this is of course a major theme in the Awakening of Love. This whole issue of authenticity. When we allow ourselves to be real, something amazing happens. Something magical, I could say, happens, and something very empowering. We come out of this process strong. And I think this is what is so beautiful about this workshop. The last one, suddenly I felt how deeply I had betrayed myself through all the compromise. Yeah. So of course we all know this place. Sorry, some people wrote here in, I just see in the chat, some people wrote in Bulgarian, I guess. I'm sorry, I don't read Bulgarian, so you will have to write in English. So this issue of compromise, where we betray ourselves, it's something that also from my personal experience, that is one of the hardest things to discover when we recognize that self-betrayal. So this is essentially what we're working with. So I would like to do a short meditation with you. And for that, I'll switch off the camera. So You can maybe just close your eyes for a moment. Wherever, if you have that possibility, I don't know where you're sitting, maybe you're in an office where you don't feel safe enough, then of course you can stay with your eyes open. But find a way to allow yourself for a moment to go inwards. Yeah, through closing your eyes, through just being with yourself for a moment. I'll close the camera for a moment. And as you're sitting wherever you are sitting, also allow a connection with your breath, meaning allowing your breath to actually come in consciously into your body and also leave your body consciously. And a good way to do that, in order to also feel what is going on inside our body, is to just a second. Yeah, sorry. Is to allow your mouth, your jaw to be slightly relaxed. Yeah, to allow your jaw to be open. I see there are some requests for talking. I will allow that in a moment after the exercise. So we'll just stay with the exercise for now. And just as you're breathing, allow your breath to come in and out. And as you breathe in, allow the breath to reach all the way to your heart. And as you feel that area around your heart, you can ask yourself the question, what creates pain in my life? Yeah, what creates pain in my life? Yes, maybe it's the way I separate myself from others. Maybe I create aloneness, or maybe I create a lot of control in my life. And so I feel I never have anybody to lean on or to support me, because I'm responsible always and take care of others. Yeah, or I'm the one who's always giving, but I don't know how to receive. Yeah, so what creates pain in my life? And here it's important to not to look for the answers, but to just allow whatever comes up for you. Yes, just to allow that to be there. Yeah, any words, any thoughts. And then you can also ask yourself the question, how do I punish myself? Yeah, what do I do to punish myself? Maybe it's you do that by excluding yourself. Yeah, or by judging yourself, by excluding yourself, by feeling maybe I'm not good enough, so I also don't deserve to belong here wherever I am. A lot of judgment, or I have to work very hard. I work harder than everybody else. And you can ask yourself, who did I have to learn to be? And what have I learned about who I need to be and what I shouldn't show to other people? And what do you need to hide? Who do you have to be for the outside? Maybe this very put together, confident person, or very loving person, a very soft person. Maybe you have to be a very needy person, yeah, so that you're always somebody who is in distress and who needs support. And what do I need to hide? And many times what we need to hide is actually our strength, yeah, our intelligence, or maybe it's also our anger, our needs. And then I would like you to, for a moment, from wherever you are right now also, just take a piece of paper. Just take a piece of paper and a pen and write about what I don't want others to see. Sorry, I'll put it up again. Hold on. There it is. What I don't want other people to see. So that's the first part. Just take a minute or two just to reflect on this question, or you can complete that sentence. Yeah. What I don't want other people to see is that I need them. Or what I don't want other people to see is that I'm very angry, or that I'm feel very alone. Yeah. Or that I feel insecure. Or what I don't want other people to see is that I actually know very well how to live my life. Yeah, I have confidence, inner confidence, but I'm not allowed to show that. Or that I have independence. So just notice what comes to you. Yeah, after this short meditation, whatever comes, just take a minute or two and complete that sentence. What I don't want others to see, and you complete the sentence. And just let the thoughts come. See that you don't need to control any of them. Yeah, whatever comes, try not to judge it. Yeah, I don't want to say this, I don't want to write this. Just let it come. Get over the resistance. And take another few moments. And then whatever you wrote down, look at that list, what I don't want other people to see, and take a moment to feel. Yeah, to feel what actually happens inside you, in your heart, in your mind, yeah, in your body when you read those sentences. Yeah, what I don't want other people to see. And just without actually answering the question, just notice how much in my life is my life influenced by hiding parts of myself. Yeah, so how much actually does this hiding, yeah, or pretending, how much room does it take? How much energy does it take from me? And just notice the answer you're receiving. Yeah, is it little? Is it medium? Is it a lot? You will notice it very intuitively in your body. And then we'll take it one step further. And we'll already finish the exercise part. We now want to take it to the positive. Hold on, I'll just open this. And just also looking at this sentence, if I wasn't driven by shame, guilt, or judgment, yes, and those are usually the core feelings, yeah, the core triggers that keep us in isolation, that keep us hiding, yeah, keep us in judgment, yeah. We either feel shame about something from the past, something we did, or something somebody said to us, or something that somebody did to us, yeah. Or we feel guilt for being part of something or doing something, or we have judgment towards ourselves, yeah, or towards others. Yeah, if I would put that for a moment aside, and I could talk now a lot about each one of those elements, shame, guilt, and judgment. They're very strong forces in our life. They shape the way we communicate. They shape the way we live our lives. What would I want to give? Just look at that sentence for a moment. What would I want to give or show of myself? Yeah, what would I like when I talk about giving is, what do I want to contribute in this life? Yeah, what do I want to spread? Yeah, what do I want to create? That's the giving, yeah. And what do I want people to see about me? If I didn't have all this burden, yeah, sitting in the back of my mind. And again, just allow an answer to come. Just allow the answer to come. And maybe I would create something. Maybe I create a business, or open a center, or work for a certain company that creates a certain product, or yeah, what would I do? Or I would spread my love or my care differently in the world. I would use my intelligence for what? Yeah. All right. So let's just stop here for a moment. And there was somebody that wanted Ivanka. I will invite you as a speaker. See if you're online. Can you hear me, Ivanka? Mm-hmm. This feature somehow also last time didn't work so well. That doesn't seem to work. Okay. So I'll just some closing remarks, and then I would like to open it up to questions. So anything you want to write already, you're welcome to write, as I'm giving just a few more pointers about this process. So this is not a usual process that we go into, and actually I wouldn't suggest for any sincere process just to say I'm interested and I want to check it out, I want to see what it is, because then we are becoming like observers. We're not becoming participants in the process. And in this process especially, what brings us into this process is a certain sense of urgency in our life. And this is really what we need in order to move through it. And so I would also, if you're interested in joining this, see if there is something that you feel that needs to shift, yeah, that wants to shift. That will be important. There will be an important support for you to go through it, and also to get the most out of it, yeah, to really benefit from the depth of this process. I can tell you that it's a very empowering process. You will come out with a sense of wholeness, integrity, strength, because that is what this work does. Yes, and the invitation is really there to, if you want to join, just jump in, and I'll see you next weekend, yeah, with some other beautiful people who are already joining this workshop. So I would like to open it up if there are any questions. You're, of course, also welcome to write to me. I'm going to send you here to everybody. I'll send you a list. Let's see if that worked. Okay. So what I sent you right now here in the chat are a couple of links. So the first link is a link to a TED Talk by Bernie Brown. She's a researcher, and she researched the quality of vulnerability, which is a very useful and powerful presentation. It's about 20 minutes. You can look at it. The power of vulnerability, it's called. So many of you maybe have heard about it already because it's been around for a while, and I think it's been shared a lot. Then I created myself a video about the awakening of love. It's called a video about AOL by Milan. So you can also check that YouTube video. It's about 2.5 minutes and with subtitles, and gives quite a good summary of what this process is about. Then there is Path of Love, pathoflove.net, which is a website of this whole family of workshops that also Awakening of Love belongs to. So you're welcome to check that out and see also what the Path of Love is about. And I also left my own personal email here, so info@milancarmelli.com. If you have any questions that you want to ask, that you didn't feel comfortable asking now in this framework here, you're more than welcome to do so. Just send me an email and we can communicate that way. So I hope that was informative for you guys. Thank you. I see all the thank yous. I thank you for being around, sticking around, and I hope to see you at the workshop. So all the best to you. Thank you very much for joining.